plus 4 becomes the number 1. This is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6, and this is 7. All right. Where is my new x-axis? It is here. Down here. This is my new x-axis. What is this? What is my midline? My midline is y equals to 4. That's how it's toggling up and down 3 from each of these. What is my range? My range is from 1 to 7. So let me just make sure I didn't miss anything here. I'm happy with this one. Okay, midline is 4, x-axis is down there. All of this, notice all of this is in the positive region. It lies way above the x-axis because it got shifted up. When you're graphing the way I'm asking you to graph, you can just change the values of your y-axis. All right, yeah, that one's good. Let's look at number 6. Number 6 is a word problem. It says, find the equation of a simple harmonic that satisfies the given conditions. And so they just give us some conditions. So what we got to know when they use the word simple harmonic, they're talking about something of this graph. So we choose. We could either make it sine or cosine, up to us. So either one of those qualifies as a simple harmonic. Now, if they gave us more specifics than they did in this problem, like the spring example, when they said it starts high, or it starts low, or it starts in the middle, that is telling you to use sine or cosine, depending on where it starts, okay? Here it didn't say that. It just said write a simple harmonic. So there's multiple answers we could give. We could either write it with sine or cosine. So number 6, part A, says the amplitude is 15, the period is 52, and then it says it's got a phase shift of 4, which that means it's going to the right 4. Okay, so here is the deal. When I'm putting this into my equation, I'm going to write it like this. Y is A sine of B. And then here I'm going to say X minus my phase shift. So you can call this C over B, or you can name it something else. Sometimes they'll just throw a D in there, minus some phase shift. So that's what I'm going to do. So whether I make this positive or negative depends on whether I want it to go to the right or to the left. So we're going to consider that. I just randomly chose sine. I'll choose cosine for the next one. And if you chose cosine instead of sine, it's okay. It qualifies as a harmonic. Y is equal to 15, okay, times the sine of B. I need to figure out what that is, so I have to put B in there. We're going to come back and put that in. But let's go ahead and do the phase shift. It's going to go to the right 4. Well, phase shifts, they are opposite of what they appear to be, so I'm going to put minus 4, which will indicate to the right 4. So the only thing left I have to figure out is B. We know that the period is 2 pi over B. That's the period. And they told us that the period was 52. So I'm going to write that as 52 over 1 and just solve for B. B times 52 is equal to 2 pi. So I'm going to divide both sides by 52. And we'll get that B is pi over 26. So sine in B is pi over 26. Now, what other answers could we have gotten that would still be completely correct? You could distribute this, and this would be completely correct. 15 times the sine of pi over 26x minus 4 pi over 26 would be 2 pi over 13. This is also correct. Here are the other two things you could have written that would be correct if you chose to say that this was cosine instead of sine. Completely correct. Okay, let's do the second one, B. B, they said for this one, write a simple harmonic that has an amplitude of 100. Amplitude of 100. What else does it say? It's got a period of 4 pi. All right, and it's got a phase shift of -1. And so what this is saying is they want it to go to the left 1 unit. All right. Let's do a cosine. We'll say y is equal to the a cosine of b. So a is the amplitude. What is the amplitude in this example? 100. 100 cosine of b, and I'm going to do it like this. X a cosine of b x minus d. This is what the formula I'm going to do. A is 100. I'm going to figure out what b is. I don't know yet, but I'm going to take care of the phase shift. They want it to go to the left one. Well, that means I need to make this a positive because it's opposite of what it appears to be. The only thing left to do is figure out what b is. We know that the period, which is 4 pi, is equal to 2 pi over b. I'm going to cross multiply. 2 pi times 1 is 4 pi times b. Divide by 4 pi. And we get that b simplifies down to 1/2. 1/2. So, this is a good answer. Here are the other answers you could write. You could also write that y is 100 cosine of 1/2 x plus 1/2. Also correct. How else could we write it so it'd be correct? Well, if we wanted to use sine instead of cosine, that would also count as a harmonic curve. So that is frequency and phase shift.